peeps, welcome back to my channel. My name is Drusilla if you don't know already, and today I'm going to be walking you through how to take care of fine natural curly hair. I do want to clarify that fine hair is not the same as thin hair. Fine hair has to do with the actual thickness of your strands, and having thin hair has to do with the density, which means that if you have thin hair, you have less hair on your head. I'm going to do a whole little demonstration to give you more understanding, but before I do, I just want to thank SheaMoisture for sponsoring this video. So without wasting any time, let's just get right into it. The very first important tip that I have for taking care of fine natural hair is to make sure you're using products that have ingredients that help strengthen your hair. Now this is perfect into my segue for the products I'm going to be featuring in today's video, which is the SheaMoisture Jamaican Black Castor Oil line. And in this line you will see the Strengthen and Restore Shampoo, the Strengthen and Restore Conditioner, and the Strengthen and Restore Styling Lotion. Something that you will see in all these products, of course, is that it has Jamaican Black Castor Oil. Now why is that great for fine hair? Well, there are fatty acids in Jamaican Black Castor Oil that help to strengthen the hair. Something that is also prominent in this line is peppermint. Now, peppermint is great for stimulating the scalp, which leads to hair growth. And also, peppermint is an antifungal and an anti-inflammatory, which definitely promotes a healthy scalp. It is important if we want to have healthy hair to also have a healthy scalp. Another prominent ingredient in this line, apple cider vinegar. Apple cider vinegar helps with the balancing of the pH levels in our hair, which seals the cuticle and it prevents breakage. Now I want to get into why it's so important for people who have fine hair to constantly be adding ingredients that are strengthening. Here I have 3 rubber bands. They all stretch, but they all have different thicknesses, right? So we have this one here that is the thickest one. We have this one here in the middle that is obviously like medium thickness, and then we have this one here that is really thin. This would be the equivalent of fine hair. Although there is elasticity in this rubber band, it is going to be much easier to pop than this. And so that is why it is so important for people who have fine hair to take certain actions to make sure that we are being very careful with our hair, but also doing what we can to strengthen it as much as possible. A lot of people may do protein treatments for strengthening, which I also do, but just keep in mind that you do have to have a good protein and moisture balance. You don't want to have too much of each, because too much of either is not good for the hair. So let's move on to the next tip that I have. In this clip, you'll see that I am washing my hair with the SheaMoisture Jamaican Black Castor Oil Strengthen and Restore Shampoo for damaged hair. Now, one of the great things about this shampoo is that it is sulfate free. It's a clarifying shampoo and it helps to remove build-up while infusing hair with nourishing moisture. If you regularly color your hair, straighten your hair a lot, if you relax your hair, this is also a really great shampoo to use. But even if you don't do any of those things and you tend to just stay on the natural side like me, and this is also still a great line. When this is used with the Strengthen and Restore Conditioner, this shampoo helps condition damaged or chemically processed hair to reduce breakage. And of course, when it comes to fine hair, again, we are trying to reduce the breakage. Why? Because it is so easy for our hair, if you have fine hair, to break. While we're on the topic of shampoos, it's really important that you do not let your hair go. Don't be skipping out on wash days for too long. It's really not beneficial for our hair to be dry for long periods of time. So if you can help it, if your hair is not in a protective style, it would really be great to make sure that you're constantly getting, a refresher in your hair so that you don't have all that product buildup, but also you're adding in new moisture into your hair. Now, the thing is that with really dry hair comes having really fragile hair, and so that is why it's really important, especially if you have fine hair, to not allow your hair to get extremely dried out. And I know I mentioned if you don't have a protective style, then don't skip out on your wash days. However, even with protective styling, there is a limitation, okay? And speaking of dryness, it is really important never to manipulate your hair while it's dry, especially when your hair is more delicate. It is not a good idea to be like combing and manipulating your hair when it's completely dry. If it's damp, that's a different story, and I'll get into that later. But when it is dry, it is not a good idea. Now, moving on to my next tip. When it comes to fine hair, a lot of times in the shower, when we are working our conditioner in our hair, we end up actually doing some sort of detangling because we're working the conditioner in. Here is the thing. It would definitely be a good idea to finger detangle first. If you're going to add a comb to your hair, add a brush to your hair, that is your prerogative. However, I would really recommend starting off with finger detangling your hair first. And the reason why I say that is because finger detangling gives you more control over how you detangle your hair. You can do it way more gently than if you have a comb. And so if you do want to add a comb at some point in the process, that's up to you. But do remember that when hair is wet, it's actually probably going to be easier to break. And so I would really recommend starting off, you know, if you're going to be adding conditioner, finger detangling, working it through your hair with your fingers, not just going straight in with a comb or a brush. Now, while we're on the topic of conditioning and detangling, it's definitely a good idea to always use products with good slip. We're trying to make this easier on us, pain-free, but also we're trying to make it easier on our hair. Having products with extra slip is going to make the detangling process so much smoother for our hair and for us. And so that is also why I love this Jamaican Black Castor Oil Conditioner. This is a strengthening conditioner that detangles and restores moisture without weighing the hair down. It's perfect for those who regularly color, straighten, perm their hair, but also still perfect for those who have kinky, curly, wavy, natural styles. Now, with the ingredients of Jamaican Black Castor Oil and Fair Trade Shea Butter, it nourishes the scalp, it strengthens damaged, brittle hair, and it helps to reduce breakage and shedding. So again, this line is filled with ingredients that help to reduce breakage and helps to strengthen the hair, which is vital for those with fine hair. I love the slip of this conditioner. It definitely made things easier for me when it came to working the conditioner in my hair. It felt nice and soft, nice and supple. So we actually want products that will help us easily detangle our hair and also nourish our hair with the right ingredients. Now, something that's also really important when it comes to taking care of fine hair is never ever drying your hair with a regular towel. Regular towel has fibers in it that do grab on to your hair. I noticed when I used to use regular towels that anytime I would dry my hair, I would see pieces of hair stuck to the towel. That's because it's pulling on my hair as I'm drying it, okay? And there's friction, it causes more frizz, and we don't want that. Just avoid that by using a cotton t-shirt. You can use a microfiber towel. We're trying to do everything that we can for our delicate tresses to not be pulled on. Now, I know that when it comes to fine hair, a lot of people are very particular about what kind of products that they use because some products can easily weigh down your hair when it is fine, and especially if you also have thin hair. But that is what I love about this styling lotion in this line. This SheaMoisture Jamaican Black Castor Oil Styling Lotion is nice and creamy, and it protects the hair while restoring moisture. Now, this styling lotion, compared to especially a lot of other SheaMoisture creams and custards and such, is very lightweight. And so it is very perfect for those who are about to add heat to their hair, because you don't ever want to add too much product to your hair when you're going to add heat. And it's also great for anybody who's about to use heat because it increases the hair's resistance to breakage, and that is very important. And this doesn't only apply to those adding heat to the hair. It can also be those who have fine hair, like I said, thinning hair if you don't want it to weigh down your hair, and just any hair type for that matter, because not everybody enjoys extremely heavy products. So if that's you, this styling lotion is perfect. Now, as you could see toward the end of the video, I was putting in braids in my hair, and that's something I often do on wash day. Is I either do twists or I either do braids, but I have significantly cut down on doing cornrows, and the reason why is because that pulls on my hair much more. It leads to more breakage for me, so I really try to lessen how many times I do cornrows, and I just try to do styles that do not tug on my hair much. So this is the result of the braid out, guys, and it's nice and fluffy. A trick that I wanted to tell you, and something that is actually related to the whole detangling thing I said I was going to talk about, is if you want your hair to be like fluffier and fuller when it is damp, comb it out, okay, because by then your hair probably is a little bit detangled from the conditioning process, and then do your twist out or your braiding, because that's gonna make it more fluffy. And then when you take it out, you're definitely gonna see, you know, more bigness and volume in your hair. When it comes to when to actually comb your hair when you have fine hair, I know that everybody kind of does something different. Some people lean on the side of detangling while the hair is fully wet. Some people lean on the side of detangling when damp. The thing with fine hair is that because it is so delicate, a lot of people stray away from detangling when fully wet. I'm talking about like under the shower, because hair is already fragile, and then it's even more fragile when it's wet. And so it's just like people don't want to take that chance. For me, I still do like a little light detangling as I'm working my conditioner in. I just make sure that I'm really, really gentle. And if I do put a comb to my hair, it's either going to be after I finger detangled, or it's going to be when my hair is damp. And so I kind of alternate. I don't always comb my hair actually after I've like done the whole conditioning process, but because I wanted like a nice fluffy big braid out, that's the reason why I ended up combing it while it was damp. It is completely up to you. If you feel like your hair cannot take detangling while it is in the shower, if you find that there's more breakage, more shedding, do not proceed with that method, okay? Try actually combing your hair when you finish drying it with a either cotton shirt or a microfiber towel, just to see the difference. Whichever method is less aggressive for your hair, that is what I would say you should go for. So I hope that that was helpful. If it was, please go ahead and give me a thumbs up. Also, let me know down below, what kind of hair do you have? Do you have more coarse hair, like thicker strands, or do you have more fine hair, or is yours kind of like more in the middle? Is there some type of particular care that you need to take with your kind of hair? Let me know. Let's make this a fruitful conversation. And while you're at it, you're going to be so close to the subscribe button that you might as well just go ahead and join the family. Join the family by pressing that red subscribe button. Also, turn on your bell notification button, okay? So that anytime I post, you will be notified. And with that being said, I appreciate you all for watching. Thank you once again to SheaMoisture for sponsoring this video. God bless you all, and I will see you in my next video next Sunday. Deuces.